Matthew's house where we got a swarm call. So obviously this one's in the bush here. He wants to save his bush, so clearly we're not going to cut this one out like we typically would, but that's why we have a vacuum. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just see if we can get most of these girls sucked up and get them back to the apiary. These are the easy ones. And if I happen to spot the queen, I'll grab her, but I'm not looking super close for her. We'll get him a close-up.
Oh, yeah.
Just happened to get this call on the way home from work, so did a quick about face. I was only 5 minutes away from this swarm, so I thought, well, might as well go ahead and grab it on the way home. This time of year, I keep the bee vacuum in the truck for this very reason. But this doesn't harm the bees. This vacuum is specifically designed for the right amount of suction to not harm the bees. Shout out to Tony and the Everything Bee Vac. That's what I'm using. I'll put a link in the description should you want to pick up one. I like it a little better than the Colorado Bee Vac system. In the sense that it's portable. It's, you know, this is battery operated, which makes a job like this much easier. Trying to focus here. You just gotta take your time, be patient. You're not gonna get them all within 30 seconds. They're very calm. Queen should be in here somewhere. And the ones that are flying will come back to the branch, so it's really a situation that kind of almost takes care of itself. In terms of making sure you got them all. I'm gonna sit down. Decent sized swarm. About the size of a, oh, I don't know, a basketball, I'd say. Hard saying if it's a primary swarm or a secondary. The gentleman did mention that one of his neighbors had to have a cutout done one time, so I suspect there might be a feral colony or two around here somewhere. All right. Well, we'll finish vacuuming these up and then we'll we'll get the video wrapped up. Okay, yeah, they were not happy, and can't say I blame them after that journey, but after about 5 stings there in about half a second, I am not going to get lit up. So let's go ahead and finish this job. I am going to shake them down now. Quickly, because they're going to come at me. Get them on here. There. I know, you're mad. I know, I get it. Sorry I couldn't really show you the inside there. There's a lot of bees inside. I just didn't want them all coming out, you know what I mean? You can understand. They seem to be okay now. I mean, God, they were just really angry, those first ones, but these are the ones that I was trying to shake off They're really good at clinging to this thing because it's, but look, they're going in. They're already going in. I assume they smell that comb or they smell their queen. One of the two. There's not that many bees to march inside, but I'll try to show you. They're nasing offing at the entrance there, which is a good sign. But you can see where, come on, focus. That's it, that's all I do. And then I'll just grab this this here block. Oh. And that's just to make sure some dumb deer doesn't get nosy and tip this over. At least it's worked in the past, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Make sure you keep this gate closed, because obviously you don't want them all coming out, but in theory they should make their way down there. All right, we are back on the next day, and you know, unfortunately it rained last night. I'm hoping, I think it's a decent seal here. I don't think they got much rain in the colony. I hope not anyway. But we're gonna go ahead and take the bucket off. Hopefully the bees you know, worked their way down through the night. That's what I'm hoping happened. Who knows if they did or not. We'll find out here in a minute. And then gonna pull this makeshift adapter off, examine a few of the frames, and hopefully I'm gonna check for a queen. I don't know if there's one in there or not, since I vacuumed all the bees up. But if I see one, we'll go ahead and mark her. If not, I'm still gonna wait a couple days because I could have missed her, and I'm not gonna introduce a frame of brood yet. If there is a mated queen in there, I'm gonna give her a few days to acclimate, start laying, and then I'll check for eggs a few days. And then if I don't see any eggs a few days from now, I think I've got my answer, and it's queenless swarm. Or again, there could be a virgin in there. It might not have been a primary swarm, and I will come back and pull a frame of eggs from one of my favorite colonies and introduce it and let them raise a queen. It'll be an emergency queen, of course. So what I'll do is, the day that you put the frame of eggs and young larvae in there, they will immediately pick the larva that's the absolute oldest but still has the ability to become a queen, which is around 3.5 day old larva, and they will convert that into an emergency queen. That's going to be an inferior queen if that larva has been fed any amount of protein. In other words, anything other than royal jelly. If that's the case, and they will do it because they know they're queenless and they're going to want a queen as soon as possible. So rather than choose the best 1 or 2 day old larva, they choose the 3.5 day old larva. But there is a fix for that. What you do is 5 days or early on the 6th day, from the day you introduce the frame of brood and larva, you come back and you cull and pinch any of the capped queen cells, not the uncapped. The uncapped ones are going to be your better queens that have not had any protein fed to them. It makes a superior queen. I'm getting ready to do this on Friday, the colony behind the camera that you can't see, that was a swarm I caught, that huge massive swarm, does not appear to be queen right. Go figure. I would have thought there'd be virgins, a mated queen in there, all sorts of stuff, but I don't know. Maybe when I was trying to get that swarm off the tree branch and into the hive butler, maybe she flew off or didn't make it in there, whatever the reason. So I pulled a frame of open brood, just like what I described, put it in there, and this Friday, today is Wednesday, this Friday I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pinch and cull any capped queen cells. The uncapped queen cells that they made from an emergency situation will be just fine. Those will make a quality queen, and then I'll let that one finish the job. They'll cap those open cells either the next day or the day after. Virgins will emerge. Hopefully it'll be they'll be able to go get mated, and that'll be a quality queen. So without further ado, let's see. Looks like they're making some orientation flights here, so it doesn't look like they've left, but let's see if they've moved down. That would be a big no. See that? Which, unfortunately, I don't know. They don't seem to. They don't seem to read the books like we do or get the message, right? And the hard part is they're all clustered inside there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna shake them down here. I'm second guessing now if I don't really think I want to inspect the frames. I don't know. I may change my mind here. I'm surprised they stayed up in there. That's a little disappointing, but this is where I think, if I wasn't in a hurry last night, providing a frame of brood, I guarantee you any nurse bees that are up here would have moved down, and the colony likely would have moved down. So now I'm just going to dump them and try to shake them out. I hope the queen's in there somewhere. Yeah, now's not the time to go queen hunting. Now's the time to get a lid on, and hopefully they'll start nasing-offing there at that entrance. Your guess is as good as mine as if there's a queen in here. I'm just kind of surprised. I would have thought that they would have worked their way down last night, but bees do like to move up. Maybe it's warmer up there at the top of the bucket with all the heat rising. Quite possible. Got plenty of flying bees now. All right. Going on at the entrance. It looks like they're going in. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Let's get a close up.
Let me see if I can get this camera off the tripod here. There we go. All right.
I see them going in. I don't think my upside down bucket works too well. This is that bottom board I meant to fix. See how they're actually making their way under there because I didn't get it? I'm gonna have to come out here later and remove that screw and push this down and fix it a later time. But they're going in. I'll consider that a win. Okay, well, I think that wraps up this video, folks. Another successful swarm capture. Time will tell if we got ourselves a queen or not, or if we're gonna have to intervene. So thanks again for watching the video. God bless you and your bees, and we'll see you on the next one.